Well, the final few weeks of summer vacation are upon us, and before we know it, kids will be heading back to school. So along with buying those supplies and packing up those backpacks, a visit to the pharmacy can help make sure that you are ready for the upcoming school year. Chelsea Kwong is a patient care pharmacist with London Drugs and joins us this morning with some great advice. Good morning, Chelsea. Thank you so much for being with us.
Hi, good morning.
How can pharmacists help us out with our back to school preparations?
Well, visiting with your pharmacist before going back to school can help to make sure that you have kind of all things health covered. For any kids that might need medications at school, such as inhalers or EpiPens, you'll want to check their home supply and their school supply to make sure that neither is expired and pick up a new one at the pharmacy if needed. Some school boards may require annual written authorization to provide medications to students, and your pharmacist can help to make sure that you have all the necessary information, including things like extra labeled pill bottles with the dosage, directions for use, and storage information, so that teachers and caregivers can safely administer the medications for them.
That really does save a lot of time and energy. Vaccinations, of course, also very important for children. So what types of vaccinations are necessary for our children to have a healthy school year?
Yeah, so your pharmacist can always check the vaccine records to make sure that your child is up to date before getting back into the classroom. So in Alberta, those routine vaccination schedules for school-age children include vaccines at age 4, grade 6, and grade 9. And of course, with measles outbreaks in many parts of the country, making sure that your child is fully protected against this dangerous illness is important, as it can really spread in public areas like schools. So full protection for measles includes getting 2 doses of the vaccine either on or after age 1. And it's usually done by public health even before kids go into kindergarten. Other vaccine preventable illnesses that pharmacists can give you advice on include hepatitis, HPV, influenza, and COVID.
Are there any other items that parents should be picking up at the pharmacy ahead of the school year?
Yeah, so back to school means that your schedules get a lot more hectic. So you want to make sure that you refill any regular prescription medications to avoid a last-minute rush. That's very helpful. If you aren't able to get in with your family doctor before you run out of medication, then your pharmacist may be able to either renew your medication or provide you with a small amount to ensure that you don't go without any medication. It's also a good idea to have a look through your medication cabinet to make sure that you refill things like cough and cold medications or pain medications to avoid a late night pharmacy run.
That is so true. I don't know any parent that hasn't been caught in that before. Are there any other tips to help avoid any of those back to school illnesses that we seem to always run into?
Yeah, the most important way to stay healthy is to practice good hand hygiene. So washing hands regularly with soap and water or using hand sanitizer if necessary. Kids should be taught to cover their nose or mouth when coughing or sneezing to prevent spreading germs to others. And head lice is another nuisance that is common in school-age kids, but they can be prevented by avoiding head-to-head contact and avoiding sharing things like toques and hairbrushes. But a pharmacist can assess for kind of all sorts of these illnesses and can advise whether you need to see a doctor or whether it's something that can be treated at home.
Wonderful. Great. Thank you so much, Chelsea. We certainly appreciate your time. And as a reminder, chat with your healthcare provider before making any healthcare decisions or for any guidance about a specific medical condition. For more information, you can find those links on your screen and check them out.